So I surfed Bolsa today, and I encountered some jerk in the water. So when you're paddling out, say you caught a wave and you're gonna paddle back out, you always try to paddle wide, paddle. You try to avoid the impact zone where the waves are breaking because you don't want to interrupt someone's ride. And also, as a surfer catching a wave, you there's always gonna be a time when there are other surfers in the way, especially if it's a like really crowded break like Doheny or something. You just have to watch out for people. Well, today I was paddling back out, and I was in a bad spot because the wave was breaking, and there's like two guys paddling for that wave that's about to break. And I'm like trying to see where they end up going so I could try to avoid them. And this asshole, like, he goes like straight towards me, dickhead. I had to like turtle, like flip my board over and go underwater. I don't I don't think his board hit mine, but then when I resurfaced, I look over at him and he's like, "You okay?" But he had like a stupid look on his face, like he didn't fucking care. He obviously went right towards me. He's like, it's not that hard to turn left or right to avoid other surfers in the water. So yeah, after that I paddled back out, and then I paddled over away from that crowd, just get away from that douchebag. And I see two guys over in a less crowded spot. I kind of recognize one of the guys that I met him a few years ago at Bolsa. So I start surfing in that spot. And on one wave, I had to take the wave was jacking up fast, so I was trying to paddle towards the shoulder so I could still catch the wave. And I caught the wave, and I could see from the corner of my eye that that guy that I recognized from before, he was over on my right side. I was thinking I was probably in his way, so when I paddled back out, I paddled over to him and said, "Sorry if I was in your way." And he's like super fucking cool about it. He's like, "Oh, there's plenty of ways for here for everyone, blah blah blah." And we make some small talk, and then we go back to catching waves. And then he paddles over to me a bit later, and he says, like, he tells me that he remembers me from when I used to surf here all the time, and he remembers seeing me riding my skateboard in the parking lot all the time. And we were just chatting. I told him I've been surfing Doheny a lot lately and T Street. He's like, doesn't it get crowded over there? Doheny definitely gets crowded, but T Street, it gets crowded. Like, everyone wants to surf right in front of the stairs. That's where the waves are good. But if you just go towards the right of it, it's like you could get a lot of waves to yourself, and it's not crowded at all. So yeah, we were just making some small talk. He welcomed me back to Bolsa. His name is Manny. Um, yeah. And I stayed out there for my usual 3 hours, and then I head to the showers. And as I was heading to the showers, some lady that was playing volleyball, I guess, she comes up to me and she wants to ask me a question. Explain how I do that, and I was like talking about looking for the peak of the wave and how you have to position yourself on the left or right side of the peak. And she asked something about, do you dig your rail into the wave? And I was just like, I don't know, I was just babbling, and I don't think anything I said made sense. And I think she just pretended to understand and said, "Okay, thank you," and she walked away. Yeah. It's like I know how to surf good, but I don't know how to tell people how to surf good too. If that makes sense.